phones and silence. That's good.
Okay, yes, people. Hey, you man. You know the intro?
Nah.
Don't even know the intro.
What to sing?
No. So basically, introduction and basic process. If you don't know, get to know, and we will jump in on the get to know.
Alright.
Can I get a handshake between you two?
Yes. Carl, look at him. That's
That's
the
right.
cut. You know all this is gonna have to get cut. Boom. You started. You just started recording. Alright, cool. We've all been recording already. Yeah, but welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you very much.
Today we've got Blackman the Traveller, Amir,
Thank you.
and his cousin, aka manager, Kaya, with us today. Joining us on the podcast is episode 20. Yeah, so let's just kick it off with the intro. Let's get out of the way. Yeah, welcome to our podcast. This is the Wise Monkeys podcast. If you don't know what the Wise Monkeys are, get to know. It's one of them things. If you don't know,
get to know.
Yes, people. Yes, you have done it. Yeah. Thank you. Alright, we've got a very special guest here today, man. I've seen Blackman and Traval around on the internet for a little while now. I've been watching his videos probably since the beginning of the year. I've started noticing him myself. And then I've noticed you popping up on other podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah, I see you doing your thing. But I was even thinking about reaching out to you, yeah. But then something mad happened there. I bumped into him in the street.
Yeah. randomly.
Fake, innit? Told you, fake, bro.
Yeah, so when I bumped into him in the street, I was like, what? Batman the Traveller? No, pull up. You said, man.
Now we're here.
So now we're here, innit?
Yeah, that's right.
Now we're here. But thank you guys for coming through.
No, thank you for letting us come. Yeah, man. Thank you.
And what interested me about your stuff is that you left the ends, and you said you wanted to see what people ain't seen, innit?
That's right.
I'm saying. So I really like that. I've travelled to Africa and travelled to a couple countries on holiday, and I love it. I love seeing different cultures and stuff like that. Yeah, so watching all your videos is really interesting for me.
Thank you, man.
And I didn't realise in some of the early ones that both of you are actually there, innit? Yeah, both of you are there. Yeah, I didn't clock that at first. But you are doing your thing still.
Thank you, man.
You're doing your thing, man. I really like what you're doing. We've got a few questions. You man got a couple questions. I know Chris has got a few questions that he wanted to ask.
Burning at me. Yeah. No, because obviously I see a couple of your things. You know, when Opie mentioned, I went back through and I was like, oh, it's him.
Yeah.
So then I looked, and especially I don't think of that as like streetwise. I think I'm like one of the boys and whatever. But especially like as a white man travelling, I don't really think anything apart from are they going to think I'm an English hooligan, especially the way I look. That's it. Like, do you know what I mean? Especially the way I sound. But some of your thing, especially some of the places you've gone, bro. There's one thing I did want to ask you straight away. Was like the dog markets, bro. That fucking blew my mind, cuz like.
When I see dog after dog after dog after dog, I was like, what did that smell like?
It smelled disgusting.
Oh, it actually smelled bad.
See, we was having this discussion earlier. He was like, it would smell like chicken. I was like,
No.
I bet it smells like roast duck or something.
No.
It was one of the worst smells I can ever remember. Like literally, I was filming. I was filming randomly, and then I just saw from a distance like there was a market. So while I'm walking there, I was filming, and then I just saw that there was a dog, like half chopped. So I was thinking, nah. I said, listen, I didn't even smoke a zoot. Like, I'm not high. Like, so literally, I carried on walking as I'm filming, and then I could see the lady selling dog. So I've cut the camera. And I filmed again to make it a bit more natural. So I've gone back there and I said to her, oh, look, what's happening, blah, 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 blah. And then I don't know if you guys saw it in the video, she even offered me. Like, she showed you money with a slice, innit? She's like, eat. And I said, no.
You can hear it in your voice.
I said, no.
I'm not going to try that.
She didn't vex with you though, boy.
I wasn't meant to film. I'm not allowed to film because apparently in English they call it wet markets, you know, like the wet dog markets.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I didn't know that, and I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to film what they're doing over there.
Yeah.
But the reason why I film that is not to show people they're selling dogs, it's to show people that, look, this is how people live in that part of the world.
Yeah.
Because you got to see that perspective, that in their perspective, that's their culture.
Mm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? In our eyes, it's wrong because we live in a Western society.
Yeah.
But when you go to Africa, certain parts of Africa, they even sell bushmeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and we're not used to eating that type of food.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I filmed it, to show people, look, there are animals that are being killed that we see as you know, as like normal animals, dogs, but then that's their culture.
I think, because it's probably a different number of animals there as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different size country, different population.
Yeah.
These hot countries and that, these animals can survive in the wild and that. So there's packs of dogs everywhere. Like, if they go in the bush, they can find dogs. You know what I'm saying? Or they can raise them themselves and stuff like that.
And then kill them.
And then kill them. But I suppose if they ain't got cow or they ain't got something else, they're going to do what they're going to do. But you can't really judge them. But it's each of their own.
It's true.
I'm saying that because even Nigerians eat some stuff that I won't eat.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm saying, and it's not even bad stuff. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
but that's part of their culture.
And then there's the bushmeat and stuff like that. That even the bush people eat. There's people that's like more like less civilized, should I say?
It's part of their culture. Yeah, it's part. You know, it's because it's one of those ones there that when we travel, we're not used to eating. We are used to eating like Western food.
Yeah, of course.
Like, for example, like when I went to Morocco with my cousin, you know, like we ate mostly like maybe like KFC and that. But then once
the first couple of days, right, and then after that, we got used to it.
Boom, we got used to it.
Chicken chanzis.
So we was eating their dishes.
Yeah.
So that's like when you travel. Like I think traveling, it opens your mind, because the first time I travelled with him was when we went to Morocco.
Yeah,
I'm like,
years ago,
boom, he can speak for himself.
Great experience. So
what was
when
that
we
saying?
literally got there, we were getting cabs everywhere.
Yeah.
And my cousin was
cheap,
like,
yeah.
I'm talking like going 5 miles down the road is like £4 or £5, £3. Like going down the road £1 and stuff. But when I'm out there, I'm like, why? My cousin was like, why are we getting cab everywhere? Let's go explore the country, or let's explore the city. Let's go meet the locals. I'm just like, no, we go cab here. We go to this museum. We go chill at this spot. He's like, no, let's get on public transport. So we had a big bus stop. So he went one way, and then me and my cousin's friend went another. And we were just like, cool, we're going to do our thing. And then we went back at the hotel, and then we're like, how was it? It was like, oh yeah, I went here, there, everywhere. And I'm like, right, okay, tomorrow I'm going to come on public transport with you to experience travelling around the city like a local. And yeah, it was an eye-opener. Ever since then, I've always travelled around public transport with locals. Unless late at night or something, then get a cab.
That's one of the benefits, you know, like in terms of travelling and the experience. That's alright. It's one of those ones, because like my manager said before, you know, going back to your question, like seeing the animals and that, it's all part of their culture.
Yeah, of course it is.
You know,
so it's normal to them.
It's normal to them, not to us.
Yeah.
So the same way where in our culture we use public transport.
Don't look at some African foods or Jamaican foods or English foods and go, oh, what are you eating?
But then it's all watered down, innit? Because over here, like, obviously, the kebab over here ain't proper Turkish. The curries over here ain't proper Indian. Like, you think you could go to certain places and ask for like a shish, or you could go to India and ask for a masala.
You can't go outside of Europe and get a soft egg, that egg that you can duck your toast in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
people will be like, what?
It's different.
Yeah, sunny side up in America.
Sunny side up in America. But like, seeing other countries, they're like, no.
But going back, because you said you didn't try the dog, what's the strangest food you have tried when you're travelling?
Snake.
You've tried snake?
Yeah.
Oh, I had snake.
What do you think? What do you think of it?
I can't even really remember, you know. I had a drink as well.
Where did you try it?
In Nigeria, in where was it? Somewhere up north, man.
Yeah.
Somewhere up north. I can't remember the name of the city now. Kwara State.
Okay.
Yeah, in Kwara State.
What made you want to try it?
Because someone caught it. We was on a farm,
Yeah.
because I do some farming and like that.
Okay.
And so I was on a farm, my mum was doing the harvest, and
Yeah.
I was just chilling with some farm boys and that. Someone caught the snake,
Yeah.
and they was doing the thing. They also got some honey at the tree and that.
Yeah.
And they was cooking up the snake, and I was like, yeah, I need to try that.
It wasn't poisonous?
No, it was a cobra.
Fuck. Man, Cobra.
Mm.
Man.
I'm not
Cobra.
none of that.
Wow.
I thought you was gonna say it's like some restaurant. You were proper, like you
Man
were
was
proper.
out there.
Yeah.
I went in a restaurant.
You
He
see
was out there.
Nah,
I
they
respect
kept it
that,
on
man.
the ground, fam.
Wow.
These are bush boys,
That's
fam.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
When
When I'm in
Say
Nigeria,
that.
I'm mainland. I'm not in the city and that. In Lekki and all these nice places.
Yeah.
I'm with my feet in the sun and that.
Yeah.
I try and get about.
And that's the
meet people
rawness.
as well. Yeah, and you see how people live and what they live off and stuff like that, and it's really, you appreciate it so much. You see what's possible.
That's right.
You see what's possible from so much, from so small.
That's right.
That's what I took from it.
Because you see life in a different way, you know. I think when you travel, it opens your eyes, but then at the same time, it humbles us as humans because we go in that perspective, we go out with that Western society perspective. But when you go back home to Nigeria, or if you used to go to Southeast Asia or South America, and you see how people are really living, you start to think, wow, I think I need to humble myself because what I'm wearing, these people will die for it.
Yeah.
What I'm eating, these people will kill me for
And
it.
you know that's the most people in the world are in these countries as well.
Yeah.
So that's most people don't live like us. Like Nigeria is the 6th most populated country in the world. And they don't have running water everywhere and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they have to build that for themselves and stuff most places. So the things that we have here that we take for granted, we go over there, and if you really go over there and you're not in a resort, if you really go and you meet people, you go outside, you go to local spots and stuff like that. Some people are scared, but if you've got connections, you can live. You can live, innit? If you know the way to get around, you can get away.
I think some of these places, isn't it? Like the less you have, the more humble you are, isn't it?
Well, people do a lot with a little outside of here.
Yeah.
They do so much. But you know what I wanted to know? Yeah, I wanted to know from the get-go. Like, so, what ends are you man from?
Stratford,
New
London. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when did you start all this travelling and stuff?
So basically, it started in 2017, but we started traveling way before that.
Yeah. Like 014?
014.
Yeah, we started travelling.
Where's the first place that you went?
Well, the first place back home, Uganda,
Uganda.
because my mum taught me when I was young. So she always taught me when I was in secondary school. You know, when your parents take you back home to understand your culture. And then if you F up your GCSEs, they're going to send you back home. So my mum was always
One-way
like,
ticket.
yeah, one-way tickets.
I see, we don't get that. We get sent to Kent or something. I got sent to Hertfordshire when I was a teenager.
I would love to go there.
We ain't got them pressures. You know?
Like, really lucky, yeah. So she sent me back home, and then I think vice versa for you, no?
I went back home at age 8, so it was what, 2000 or was it 99, 2000?
Yeah.
All those years ago. Yeah, I imagine the first flight I ever got into. I went down to where the pilot is, and I took a picture of the pilot. I was like, "Rah, this is different." And I'm like 7, 8. Yeah, and I'm like, "Rah," I took a picture of a pilot. Then,
mind blown.
Yeah, literally.
nice.
I went back home,
and
and how they living back home was completely different. There wasn't any running water, electricity's on half the day, and I'm like, whoa, the first 3 days, and I'm like, yo, get me back to London. And after a while, I just got acclimatized, I got used to it, and I was just like, wow.
You realised you didn't need electric all day.
No.
Yeah.
I was
You
playing
don't
around
need
with the
it. If you
street kids
pattern,
and
you
like picking up
need
water
that.
and stuff like going with a big jelly can to get 5 litres of water and stuff. I'm like, right, these are going to the tap, the well to pick up water and bring it to the house. I was like, whoa, they ain't even running water. I'm like, rah, different. And when I got back to London, I'm like, yeah, I got it good here.
That's when you
I'll
start
come
to
back to
realise.
London, I'm sheening. I don't even want to buy a bottle of Coke at the shop. I'm like, this is a bump.
Yeah.
In my country,
They're living good out there.
it's 40p for a box of cigarettes.
Wait, what?
It's 40p for a box of cigarettes back there.
That's
But, what other countries have you up into? Like, what-
Yeah, so basically, to answer your question, what was I going to say? So I started travelling 014, whatever. That's when I met my partner. And then me and my
Where did you
cousin
meet your partner?
in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah. So I met her there.
Is she American?
Nah, she's South Argentinian.
Argentinian,
yeah. I'm lucky. So I met her there in Miami, and then I was going through certain stuff in my life, and then I said to my cousin, right, I was 17, packed my bags, moved to Australia for 2 years, and that was where the birth of Blackman the Traveller started. He was actually living in Australia for 2 years in 07, 017.
I see, you know what? I hear in your videos, and even here in person, I heard a little twang, like the Australian twang.
Yeah. You pick it up on sometimes.
I pick it up, but I thought
Yeah.
there was no explanation for it, so I was trying to tell myself that
It's in your mind, yeah?
it's that it could be just something mixed with something else. I'm saying that the ends mixed with a bit of African and it's just coming out like that sometimes, isn't it? Yeah, but I picked that up as well. So you lived in Australia for 2 years.
2 years, bro. Literally 2 years straight. And then
what, with your partner?
Yeah, we was there together for 2 years.
So what was that like over there?
I'll tell you, Australia is a country that has opportunity. It's a country that is underrated. I was trying to persuade my manager to come as well. I was like, bro, I'm in Australia, come. I've done 2 years working visa, and he's like, bro, like, you're in the middle of nowhere.
23-hour flight. I'm like, why? How are you doing that?
I was doing farm work. So I was doing farm work to get my second year. I lived in a farm for 6 months with the Aboriginals in the Northern Territory. So I met the real Australians.
The proper
Australians. It's sad because a lot of them are alcoholics and they take drugs. I was working in Sydney as a labourer, and I've done a bit of hospitality, saved my money, and then it was 2019 that I said to, it was last year, January 2020. I said to my cousin, right, bro, I'm going to start this YouTube thing seriously. And that was when I left Australia last year, January. The first country was Vietnam, and that was when Blackman the Traveller started. And I said, bro, I need a manager. Then I just contacted my cousin.
Yeah, I was like,
well, I need a manager as well.
He said, he's the man.
You took faith in yourself. You took the biggest risk.
I took faith in myself because...
And jumped in 2 feet.
Yeah, because I told you why. Because I'm going to be straightforward. You guys come from inner city part of London, yeah? We all come from inner city part of London. So we're all poverty-driven children, whether we like it or not. Even if one of our families is privileged. We don't have the opportunity, or maybe we do, but to come out of Europe and to go to certain countries that we wouldn't think of us going to. So I've come out of my comfort zone and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do this. So when I went to Morocco with my cousin, and then the way we lived and we saw the locals, I thought, okay, then when I went to Australia for 2 years, and I had to re-educate myself as a person because I was a bit stubborn. You know what I mean? I wasn't humble. I met how the real Aboriginals live. You know what I mean? I met how the real Aussies live. Then I went to South America. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Favela. I've seen life in a different way. But I had to work. You know what I mean? To get there.
Yeah, of course.
So I said to my cousin, bro, I need a manager. He said, bro, I can do this for you. And I trust him because he's my blood.
Yeah, 100%.
So I see it like this: like anyone can achieve something as long as you're going to be consistent. That's what I believe in. The same way with your platform, as long as you guys are consistent, you're going to be like this. You know what I mean? It's one of the biggest things, fam.
As we said off camera, just have faith in yourself and
Faith in yourself, man.
believe in yourself, and that's it.
You've got faith out here, bro. We're trying.
Yeah.
See, thanks to the cup.
You even got the cups as well, man.
Merchandise is there.
Yeah. I'm loving the cup.
So from Stratford
Yeah.
to to Australia.
Yeah,
So
bro.
you stopped off in South Africa?
No, I stopped in so after Australia I went to Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah, that was when
that's when it started getting a bit
last year.
tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it started getting a bit techy.
It started getting a bit different out there because them Vietnamese have not seen certain people of colour. But it was beautiful. The country was beautiful.
But was it them that gave you the name Blackman?
Nah, Blackman was my street name.
Was it?
Yeah.
What, from the ends?
From the ends.
From school.
Yeah.
Running around in school.
Yeah.
From school.
Like if you come to Newham and you go Glasgow, Stratford, maybe Betton, customers, people know me as Blackman. I'm not saying I was a bad man, but I used to hang around with certain people, and that was always my nickname from secondary school. And then to make it more merchandise, I just added the Traveller, because obviously I do travelling content.
Yeah.
So I just kept the same name. I just added the Traveller, and then it makes sense. I'm a black man travelling the world.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you as well.
Yeah.
What was your favourite country? Obviously you liked all of them, but what was your favourite one?
Out of the best, I'm gonna name you 3 countries. I would say number 1. I would say Turkey.
Yeah.
Because
Everyone likes Turkey.
come out of Istanbul, you're gonna enjoy Turkey. Istanbul, you're gonna be. I call it a tourist trap. It's a tourist trap city. Istanbul's good, but it's just touristic. Come out of Istanbul, explore Turkey, get lost. Number 2, I would say Brazil was very, very good because you get to see how the real.
Where in Brazil?
I was in Rio.
Rio,
Yeah.
Which part of Rio can we go to and is safe?
That's not
Hey, wait for off-camera for the travel ticket. Wait for off-camera for the travel ticket.
No, bro. You could. I'll tell you.
Rio is popping, right?
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you one thing. You see Rio, yeah? You can go to Rio, whether you're black, white, Asian, whatever. But this is what I saw, and I mentioned this before in another podcast, and I told my cousin, I've seen people get robbed in Rio.
Sound like see your gods.
But you see Rio, yeah? But the Brazilians don't, I don't know why, they don't rob black people. They rob people of colour. Because the wealthness are the people of colour. The statistics, the black people are the poorest ones in Brazil. You can go to any part of Brazil, but you just have to know how to carry yourself. Like this Rolex and these fresh trainers, that doesn't run. This is South America.
Yeah, come on.
You wear your sandals and your
We say
flip-flops.
prime up flip flops.
Yeah, blend in,
white
blend
tees
in.
on that.
So I
Make
went,
them know I've got nothing.
Yeah,
broke.
yeah, just speak a bit of Portuguese. You're good. I went to one favela. My partner didn't want to go because she clocked what was happening. I walked upstairs. This is when I had a little GoPro. I was trying to start my YouTube career years ago. And then I walked in now and I preed everything. I'm like, ooh, it was a bit dangerous. But then I realised and then I left. So I would say Brazil second, but Brazil, you have fun. It's one of those countries that either have fun or you just go to see the country. And then the third country, I would say Australia, man. Australia and Myanmar together. Because Australia, land of opportunity, people were interesting, like the real Australians and the farmers that live there, like the originals. And Myanmar was just raw. No fucking tourist people, just raw adventure in Myanmar.
So they're your favourite three, yeah?
Yeah.
So where would be the friendliest though? Like the friendliest people where you've ever met?
Myanmar.
Yeah?
So, what was the country that you wouldn't go back to?
Poland.
Poland. Yeah, I see that video.
Yeah, I see that as well. That was a
Yeah,
bit sticky
so,
still.
if I'm being honest, yeah, I was watching that video and I was thinking, you saying, look, nobody wants to talk to me in the mall, yeah? And I was thinking, what happened before this?
No,
Made me so mad.
No.
Yeah, because nobody was talking to me. You wasn't talking to them. You said, nobody's talking to me.
Yeah.
No one's talking to me. This is but no, you wasn't talking to me.
alright.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
And then that woman at the counter, what was it? What was she selling? I can't even remember what she said.
They
She
just
said,
look
do you want to come on my
angry.
camera?
Yeah. No, okay. I'll tell you what happened. Yeah. So the concept of that video, was to see how many Polish people are going to interact with me, not in a racial way, but just to see in their perspective. Because when I was in Warsaw for 2 days, and I was in Krakow for 1 day. In Poland, I can count. There was 5 black people I saw in the whole of those 2 cities, or people of color. So I thought, okay, let me just see. A lot of people were very interested in me. As soon as I landed in Warsaw, people standing at me like this. They were looking at me. So when I walked in the shop, like people looking at me. So I was like, okay,
For the wrong reason.
so I walked in the shopping centre and I thought, all right, guys, I'm going to see how many people can interact with me. But it's true, I wasn't interacting with no one, not until I asked certain people, trying to jump on the camera, blah, 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 blah. But that video was not to discriminate any, Polish people or anyone that's, white, whatever.
Yeah.
That concept was to see how many people can interact with me. Because I'm a person of colour in either Central or Eastern Europe, where a lot of people colour don't really tend to go to. So that was the whole concept of that.
Yeah,
that, you know
what you're thinking in your mind is, if this was another country, people might be like, hello, black man. That's what you've experienced in other countries.
Yeah.
But there, it's just like, but I think maybe Poland's a more advanced country.
Can I ask
some
one
of
thing?
other countries? So they've probably all seen black people. I was thinking, they probably all seen
Some
black people.
have.
They probably watch movies all the time, black people on TV and black people. They probably got their black actors and stuff like that in Poland. I don't know. I've never thought about it. But they're not too far. We have a lot of Polish here, you know what I'm saying? So they can't be too far from us. I'm sure there's like...
But you got to see that perspective. If the Polish that come here, they have to be open-minded. Because you're coming to a country where 90% are multicultural in London. So it's like me going to their country, I have to adapt to their culture. The same way when you travel, you experience racism in Czech Republic, innit?
Yeah, Czech Republic is different.
Whoa, I experienced racism in Nigeria, fam. I'm Nigerian, bro. If you're not from there, it doesn't even matter. That they always have difference. You're different, innit? Even people here, bro, they're foreign. Like, let's have it straight. they can tackle different. They can in all aspects of life, even in just trying to get a drink, bro. They can tackle with different challenges just because they're foreign.
I was gonna say, you know, the thing in Poland, because like you're quite outspoken, you're quite chatty. Do you think it was just that, not the fact your colour, the fact you was there, you was being open, you was being cheery, you didn't have a mask on, you was open camera minded.
I had no mask on.
Do you know what it is?
I think it just freaked them out. Not that you could see some of the reactions. Like maybe it was because of colour, but I just think they're not used to it. They're like, you see the video, they're all head down, they're all going about their day, and it's like, it just looked mad. Like it looked like no one wanted to be near you for no reason.
Anti-social, but then they're not used to a person of colour around them, so they don't know how to approach it. They're most likely thinking apprehension. Obviously, even
But
when you
you
try to have a
wanted
conversation.
you wanted to find some fun people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, some people are looking for that, man.
Yeah.
Some people are looking for that. I understand what you mean, though.
But it wasn't.
Because I've been in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's not working.
And even though I'm black, I've been in Nigeria and I roll with my wife who's white.
Yeah.
So even if they don't clock me, they're gonna clock her, and the reception that she gets everywhere she goes is really like, wow, it's really positive, and people just want to talk to her and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where you're coming from. I'm saying you would think like if it's like that, if the statistics are the same, then you might get the same kind of response that people are like, wow, like give me your Instagram.
Like I said, I think Poland, like, I wouldn't go back because I didn't like the energy. But the country itself is beautiful.
Yeah.
Poland is blessed with natural beauty. Like, the people that I preferred were the people that were in Krakow instead of Warsaw, because Krakow is a younger city. You know what I mean? But I did experience racism in Poland. The same with my manager, he experienced racism in Czech Republic.
Crazy experience. I was in like the town centre bit, and there's a clock there from like 1800s or something. There's like it's a tourist trap, as we call it. It's like a clock there. So I've taken a picture of the clock itself now. And some Polish woman, some Czech woman's come round me and she tried to bargain me. I said, excuse me, I'm here, innit? We did. She's like, you should go back to your country. I'm like, come on now.
Wow.
So she's like, all you do is, and then I said, excuse me. Then she's like, yeah, you should go back to your country. I said, listen, look, I ain't got time for this. I've come for a holiday.
Everything's alright for her.
I've come for a holiday. My boy's then come and he's trying to move her away. I'm like, bro, don't even entertain that. My boy is first kid, he's from North Africa, so he's like, bro, like, she's fully trying to get onto you. I'm like, bro, don't worry about that. You know what it is? People like that in life ain't going anywhere far. So the fact she didn't touch me, there was no issue there. Don't get me wrong. She disrespected me. I told her, listen, move from me. I'm not going to have that. But I thought to myself, how naive is this woman for her to come to me and tell me this sort of rubbish? I haven't even got time for that. I said, I laughed it off on that.
Yeah.
I've never experienced that.
You get ignorant people like that though, innit?
I don't know.
Idiots.
It depends on what mood I'm in. I might have just found it hilarious. Yeah, where I haven't experienced that in the flesh before, I might find it hilarious. Where it's somebody that's like, it's not a match for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So silly.
Like, why are you even bothering? Why are you picking a fight with someone you can't fight? I'm saying that I might have found it hilarious, or I might have been like,
but yeah, her intentions
trying
were
to
bad.
gold her to
intentions were
give me
bad.
the green light, like, try and touch me. Touch me.
Intentions were bad.
Just narrow-minded people in the world.
When I saw her, I was just like, she wasn't a reflection of people in Czech Republic. The people in Prague were great hospitality. They were, you know what I'm saying, good people. I see a lot of Brits there. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, rah, people from up north, Birmingham, Manchester. I'm like, rah, like,
you know
I
what?
need the UK.
While we're on the whole racial thing, me and Chris was having a conversation earlier, because it's Wise Monkeys Media now, not just Wise Monkeys Podcast. We're looking for different ideas of shows to do. I was thinking about doing local news reports, like, you know, like something goes down, is on police on Twitter, like more than anybody else, but they tell you that there's something blue tape, you go there, try and find a witness. So that's why I was wanting media, like, we tell us what happened. I'm saying that, well, God, it ends, that happened. Speaking of something like that. Or was thinking about doing what other people are doing, like talking about what's topical on the sofa and all this.
Yeah.
I think it's been done now. I don't really want to do that. But we had this great idea today.
It flew from just me and you having a conversation, innit? About also being different, because you was on topic about how you must get treated in a certain country.
Yeah.
And me and Hope said that certain people in London just don't say hello to you, innit? That's it.
London, I agree.
And then what happened was that you said, I feel like it's like that as far as Essex or Cambridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, what? Nah, man, there's plenty of black people in Essex and Cambridge. I've been both of them.
Yeah.
And but you're saying this, come out of this inner London, bro, and start seeing what it is. And I said, you know what, we could make. Well, we both said, I think we both come to it at the same time.
It was one of our little chats.
I said that would be a really good idea, and he said it. And we could try and maybe visit places in the UK. Because, there was that boy who died in Liverpool, God rest his soul. A 14-year-old boy recently in the last few weeks.
I see that article. I see that on Instagram still.
In Liverpool, bro. He was in a racially motivated attack, 14-year-old boy, and the police knew he was being targeted because he'd already told them. When people onto me and that. But I was thinking, maybe, because I'm not scared of it. Racist, I'm not scared of a racist. I thought, that might be some good content, But then I double thought it and thought, I'm in a completely next place,
So basically, the idea was that basically we turn up somewhere quite quiet, we do some statistic stuff, we look at where they're not used to seeing a black man day to day
in the UK.
And basically we get Oaks out in an hour walking around, maybe asking for.
No, go to the pub and try and make friends on it.
You know what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. I disagreed with this. I said, wait. Listen to this.
See how people move.
I said
there's certain pubs you can't go into, I'll be straight. You'd be like, hey, listen.
But listen, I said, aware. So my idea was not the pubs. My idea was basically go on the street, the local town, ask someone for change or for directions or to use their phone.
Alright.
And then an hour later, me
using my phone. I don't care what colour you are.
You're not using my phone. I like the concept.
An hour later, in the same area, me doing it.
Alright. Social experimenting.
You wanna expose the UK?
I'll be part of that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you I'll be part of that. I'll be part of that in terms of, because that's different. It's unique, and you're not segregating anything. You're trying to show people.
It will open people's eyes in that area. You know what I'm saying? In that area where but we find those spots that aren't necessarily on the map or talked about.
Let's not go into a pub.
Anywhere in the UK is England. You know what I'm saying? Is England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, is supposed to be at the forefront of democracy and civilization. So if those spots are really there where I could go or we could go, and say we're in a pub, travelling the UK, and then we try and make friends, and we get treated like, see that top boy scene when Kano and his boy was walking past the pub, and he was like, you blacks, and that
the Kent scene, 100%.
That Dover,
Margate, you know what I'm
if
saying?
we could find them people, get Chris across the road, keep on, you know what I'm saying? Because he's white, he blends in. And so,
should I shave my head and bang an EDL tag on?
Might bring attention to the right people in the right places.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind being part of that. My manager, I don't know if you want, but I don't mind. That would be interesting. If you want to pick a pub, you're gonna have to go to areas where we won't go. When I mean we, like people, colour in general.
UK, bro.
I feel like I'm at home in the UK. Like,
I feel like I'm at home here.
There's certain spots you just can't go.
It's not even go.
Let's test it, fam. I'll test it.
I even feel like that.
I'll test it.
I feel like there's spots I can't go. There's certain bits, like, especially like certain areas. Like, bro, come on, I basically got fucking rage profiled in jail when I was in Exeter because I talk half black and half Cockney. Like, what's that with that bullshit? Like, come on, they don't.
There's some parts of the UK you can't, and you're right, bro. You can't go to some parts.
I don't.
So to cut you off,
go on.
a month ago, on the hitchhiking challenge, innit?
No, we're gonna do this.
So,
for real.
He went up
No,
to
no,
Newcastle
no,
from
no,
the end
no,
I
to
went up
Newcastle.
from Newcastle from Colchester. I took the train from fucking Loughborough people halfway, but I hitchhiked with some random Indian man I met on Instagram.
I see this
You know what I
video.
mean?
This was the
So-
first one I watched properly.
So we ended up in Darlington. Bro, Union Jack flags, Britain flags. I remember we came at the train station, people looking at us like this. We walked downtown. I remember there was 2 English lads. One guy had a fucking long sleeve tattoo. He had the fucking the
with
granddad.
the English
Yeah.
flag on him.
He had the fucking Danny Dyer old hats. There was one guy that had the fucking TNT old school hats.
Oh yeah.
And one of them just drinking a piece of beer. And I remember, like, I looked at him. He's like, this, like his reaction. He's like that. And then I was saying, to the Indian guy, like, bro, I want to get my camera. He said, no. I said, brother, this is gonna protect us. So I've got my Instagram, and you saw it. So I made a video. I'm like, look at these. I'm like, oh, look at these guys. Probably EDO, Toto, whatever. So I'm walking around, and I'm like, are you right, mate? The guy's like, yeah. But he's like drinking his beer. They're all watching me. There was 2 pubs next to each other, and I'm like, bro, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, be on
There's some spots.
You just
It's
can't.
true, you say you come up in the UK. But if
Yes.
you want to do this, it's going to be controversial. It's going to be authentic because there's no one in the digital content area in the UK that's doing it.
Yeah, it's thought provoking, makes conversations
There
as
you go.
well. Yeah. It's
And that's a good.
challenge still.
That's a very good concept.
Yeah,
It's a good concept.
still.
As I said, as you said as well, and I said, the more social experiment side, the more OP and Blackman the Traveller, an hour in the same area, they go away, give it an hour, then I walk in the area, ask kind of the same people, same thing. Like if you're asking for change, I ask for change 2 hours later. You ask for a phone charge or whatever. And you see how they deal with me rather than they deal with you.
Yeah, he said that earlier, and I was like, nah, I didn't believe him. But then
It'll make sense because you got.
I think the pub, making friends in the pub thing's enough. Like we just got in a pub call. Just like, yo, what's going on?
But there's drink involved. There's drink involved. It ain't gonna go the right way, and you're gonna
What do you
get
mean?
piss heads.
That's exactly what I want to see.
No, but there's certain people in the
Okay,
pubs,
I'll
like, you can't even speak to them. They're just on some
That's
attitude.
just
And then whatever they're going to their head and that, they spill it out.
Yeah,
Because they're not sober.
It's like
bro.
getting deep Essex and that, bro. You're gonna go deep Essex and
Yes,
then
a
it's
bit.
gonna be like, bro.
But you know, it's a good experiment as well because
Then
you see
like an Ipswich and
you
that.
see people's reactions and that. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
let's see if
different.
it's really real in the UK. Like,
Let's go
right.
Jaywick and see what they're saying.
Jaywick.
Let's go Jaywick and see what they're saying.
Bro, it's a coastal time, yeah, and it's just beating off, and people are just moving wild out there.
Crackhead Sally.
Yeah, moving wild out there.
I don't mind. If it's a pub, it's a pub. But as long as it's raw, it's authentic, and you get our perspective, your perspective, and you can see it.
We'll bring a couple of white guys and camera crew, so they're not being, you know what I'm saying? So we can see them and that.
Yeah.
They blend in, and then we'll do some social experiment in the north of England, somewhere in the middle England somewhere.
Newcastle, Durham, is one
Durham,
place. I
We
went
look for
Durham.
somewhere that nobody's ever heard of, and make it a good one.
Do Durham. Even if you get to Scotland as well, will be interesting as well. Like Glasgow area.
Go Grimsby and that.
Yeah. Oh, Grimsby Town.
What's going on there? Deep.
English territory, man.
They got black Scottish in that, man.
Yeah, Grimsby's a bit.
Oh, you been?
No, but
Right, listen, hold up.
So they got black Scottish.
They got black Scottish. The only
Yeah,
black
man.
Scottish man I've ever seen in my life is Ransom FA, the rapper. And big up to him because he's doing bits.
Yeah.
But that's the only one I've ever seen.
You know what? This will be good for me, boys, because I think I've said it on the show before. I've not really experienced racism.
In the UK.
No, bro.
Well, never.
What?
That's good, bro.
No,
Yeah,
no.
maybe I've been moving incorrectly, but that's
Lucky.
good, bro.
No,
Yeah,
but
lucky,
you know what it
bro.
is, like-
I think it's where he's from though as well.
I think where I'm from and the lifestyle or the life I used to do, I don't go anywhere, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh, fair enough.
I know everybody where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm saying that basically. I'm on.
You're just local, basically.
Yeah, I'm local.
I
I'm
feel
local.
you.
So if I'm going somewhere,
Yeah.
I don't really interact with anybody. I
That-
go where I
yeah.
go and
And
I
then come back. Like, if you
I
don't
know,
know
yeah.
someone, you're not gonna be like, "Yo, G."
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Just
And
it
see,
is what it
yeah.
is.
Necessarily everything I've ever done has been here. Like even work, everything's been
Just local, just in the
very,
ends.
very local.
Okay, that's
I'm
what
saying,
I'm
so-
still.
I haven't really. I know everybody. You know what I'm saying so.
You're very open-minded as well though. You don't see a lot of hating people. And I ain't gonna bring up. I've brought up a story too many times on this podcast. We got racial profile together.
Where were you, man?
in Feltham.
Okay.
And because I've talked a certain way and he talked a certain way. Sorry, they did ask. And they went, oh, why are you talking black and why is he talking white? Did you bump heads during the night?
Nah, bro. You said that. That's a
Okay,
dickhead.
but yeah. Like, literally, because we were settled up
If you're
together,
from the ends, you're from the ends. You know what I mean?
innit?
That's a dickhead.
And then we
thing.
said something like, what, did you bump or something in the night in the cell saying? And it was
Who
like,
said that? The screw?
No, one of the boys.
Is it?
And then we sorted it out, and it was all good. But that's what I'm saying. He don't see that as racial profile, though.
That's racial profile.
Yeah, that is, bro. 'Cause if you're from the ends, you're from the ends. The way you speak is the way you speak.
Oh, don't, brother. I know I'm gonna get stick on for this for saying this. Bro, it's like when certain people say you talk black. Fuck off.
Nah. Do you know what it is?
It's not.
Like,
It's not black language. It's not
If
black
I
language.
grew up in
It's
a
not
rich
black
area,
language,
if I grew up in
English is
Cambridge,
London.
But it's not. You don't hear me come out with like. If
What are you
you say
talking
do you
about,
talk
man?
black, to me you're saying do I talk like African? I don't. You're
No,
not asking me if I talk
but what is
Nigerian.
talk black?
What exactly?
Yeah,
What is
there
it?
is no talk black.
What is it? Because I talk with a bit of slang and I use a couple rhyming words and that. When I use rhyming slang, you don't call me Cockney, do you?
No, but you're from the ends, so you're gonna speak like everyone
Yeah, of
in the
course.
ends. You know what I'm saying?
But apparently it's put on. Apparently you don't. Apparently it's put on.
I think
That's very joke, that's a
every ethnic background has got their own way to communicate. They got their own slang.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know what I mean? Like Jamaicans got their own slang. Africans
what,
got their own
No,
slang.
but if you think about
English got their
it,
own slang.
when we're in the ends, like if you're black, white, Asian, mixed race, Chinese, whatever, everyone's on a vibe. Like when man went to school, it wasn't what colour man went. What ends are you from? You're local. Are you saying brother, sister, whatever? No one really looked into it. Obviously, I've had friends from different backgrounds, like Pakistani, Indian, Chinese, Vietnamese, Arab, and I take an interest in their culture. I'm like, like, how do I say this word in your language? Or how do I say a swear word in your language and that? You know what I'm saying? So when someone's saying, you're talking a certain way, how are you talking a certain way if you grew up around the same
See
sort
what
of people?
pissed me off once
That's
there?
dumb.
Big Nasty was on an interview, yeah, and Big Nasty got asked if a white person could say wild one, and Big Nasty give it to him as well.
Nah.
Big Nasty give it to
If
him
a
as
white
well.
person can say white, go on.
Yeah.
Why
Who
not?
said that? Someone in the
Someone in an interview asked
What do you
Big
mean?
Nasty.
He gave it to
yeah,
the person.
Yeah, like he gave it to him. He was like, it don't matter if you're a Chinaman, it don't matter if you're a white man. If you're from ends and you're from bits, you can say wild one in it. It's one of them. Big Nasty stuck it all over the place.
So when you, so what? So like, for example, yeah, let's say for example, yeah,
person can say.
let's say for example, yeah, you got your local postman. You see him like
That's
3
the
days a
wrong
week,
question.
and your postman's leaving you like letters,
Stupid
Yeah.
question.
and your postman's like, oh, well, one good day, but the postman is not a black person. Are you gonna say to the postman, don't talk like that? You know what I mean?
It don't make sense.
That person-
If you go to your local shopkeeper, your boss man, let me get a packet of cigarettes. Oh, well, go on, long time. You're thinking, boss man, don't. You have no power.
Yeah, but it's like you
to
get them
say to
some people,
someone.
you know, like with me, I say bro and brother, like, innit?
Yeah.
Like, and you get them certain people who turn around and be like, I ain't your brother. Well, obviously, I know you're not fucked by me, mum.
Who
You
says
don't
that?
say, I'm like,
Who says
like,
that?
come on now.
That's
But
Who says
you
that?
get that a lot sometimes.
From
like,
a
you just-
policeman.
No, or attitude. I don't really deal with police. I don't know anymore. You do. You get a few people. You get a few
Talk to me
angry
like
people. You know what I mean?
You know what? I think as long as you don't say no discriminating words, you can call me anything. Bro,
Get 'em.
just don't call me like a racial discriminating word that's gonna
Yeah, of course.
like nigga or whatever. Don't call me that. But you're gonna call me yo wild ground. I'm gonna reply
Have
to
you
you.
seen that in any of the countries that you've travelled?
What's that?
When I was in
Like,
Argentina,
racism apart from Poland and the East.
Someone said about
Czech
50
Republic.
Cent still.
Huh?
Someone, I was in Malta, they're like, 50 Cent.
Oh.
I'm like, come on now, man.
Wow.
The joke's been played out.
Wow.
I wish I was 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Live that lifestyle, have a good life. My kids are nice, but I'm not 50 Cent. I'm my own man, innit? But yeah, cheeky people.
he had
I
that.
let him have that one. I like, you cheeky one, you.
50 Cent. Someone called me. I was in Argentina one time, and I was cycling, and someone must have called. Someone must have called me nigga. Yeah. So what happened is, yeah, man, I was cycling with my partner, and we was trying to go towards the river. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, man. But the way I handled it was different.
What happened, bro?
So basically,
I want to hear this.
I'm cycling.
I'm
on the
offended
stairs.
to fuck, and he's sitting in the corner fucking laughing. Like,
Yeah,
what
so
the fuck?
basically,
You're cycling.
no, yeah, so I'm cycling past.
You're
With
cycling.
his girl as well, with his girl as well.
But
Take the
girl-
piss,
But my
man.
girl's
What
gone.
colour's your girl?
A bit up.
She's South American, like Latin, like
So
Hispanic.
she's Latino.
Yeah. But she's gone way quick because she knows the routes. So obviously, I'm like, cool. So I'm trying to keep
Stay
up.
behind,
Who was
yeah.
this person? Was it a child? or
No, it
something?
was two guys, fully grown men.
Yeah.
They were like street vendors. Like they had a shop in it. Because in Argentina, it's very similar to Africa and Asia. Like the street vendors, like places where you could buy cigarettes, newspapers, but they got no roofs. It's like parked in the
On
corner.
the box off
So
in
I'm
the
saying,
corner.
box in the corner.
Yeah,
So you can go there, boss man.
Oh, give me that. This one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's gone past, I've gone past her, and I'm here, nigga. So I turned around, I'm like, nah, I ain't talking about me. So I carried on cycling. She's like, oh, get back on that. Come on, bam. I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Man, it was hot. So then I kept on cycling, nigga. So I'm turning around, I'm like, bro, these guys are taking the piss. So I've gone back now. They weren't expecting me to go back, so I've gone back now. I've gone towards them and I speak a bit of Spanish. I'm like, oh, ¿qué pasa? They're like, oh, no, pasa nada. I'm like, who's saying nigga? And they were like, oh, no one. I'm like, bro, like, one of you guys said nigga. And then one of them pointed, it was him. So I've dropped the bike now and I've gone towards him. I said, bro, you know, you can't say that. I'm talking half English, half Spanish. I'm like, you can't talk like that. Like, that's wrong. You can't call me nigga. My partner's come now. I've explained to her that she's talking fully Spanish to two of the guys. And the way they explained to her, they said, oh, we were just being friendly, blah, 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 blah. So I said, no, you can't do that.
Well, they don't have black people there.
In Argentina now, Argentina is different. Argentina is a country in South America that has a lot of European descent. There's a lot of Germans. Like when it was World War I, World War II, a lot of Nazis went there, a lot of Spanish went there, a lot of French people went there. It's not like Brazil. Brazil, a lot of African immigrants went there. Colombia, Ecuador. The more north you go in South America, the more African culture you have. The more you go towards Uruguay, Argentina, maybe parts of Chile, it's more like Spanish influence, you know what I mean? So that was the only proper racist experience that I experienced outside of Poland. And yeah, man.
How long was you there for? Or?
In Buenos Aires, I was there for I think 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
But overall, when I walk with my girl, everyone just looks at me, and it's one of those ones. I always say this to my cousin.
You choose these countries, though, innit?
No, but no. But she's from there, innit? I gotta go
just
there.
go travel.
Yeah,
check it out.
I thought that was like.
That ain't his fault. We just want to
Yeah,
go
you
travel the
just
world.
gotta travel the world. You
I
don't
thought,
need
no, but I
to
thought it was like, yeah, let me go, what?
Yeah.
How many black people they got there?
Nah.
You know, it's,
Zero, yeah? Yeah, we'll go there.
no. You know, I see that this year. I say this to my cousin quite a lot of times in it. Yeah, like in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think in it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yeah, no one is born racist.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's definitely not.
You're like the only way you're gonna be racist is by the people that surround you. I'm not racist. You're not racist. You know what I mean? So all these places that we go to, you can't really blame them for not seeing a person of color. You can't really blame them for not maybe understanding, oh, this guy has an afro, oh, wow, this person's age, you know what I mean? Because it's the way they were educated. So I'm saying, so in my
So
opinion,
we've actually had an episode based on that. And the episode was basically, could a white person in the right surroundings or in music say the N-word? And we had an episode on like,
I don't
you
know.
should give it a little look because it got a bit of, and yeah, it was different.
Did you say there's a white person had the right to say?
It wasn't even.
Was
it that?
It
a
was.
white person? I think it was a white person or anybody really. Yeah, it was. It's titled "The N-Word: Who, When, Where, How."
Yeah, nah, just using it in general. Nah, man,
Yeah,
I don't recommend using it. That's just
So basically, guys, let's wrap it up now, man. It's been a nice episode. Thank you guys for coming through.
Thank you for having us, man. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
we're gonna see you at the barbecue on Sunday.
Yes.
People, them, if this ain't come out on time, check out the episode of the barbecue thing next coming out after this. This is episode 20. So Wise Monkeys, if you don't know,
Get to
Get to
know.
No.
Make sure you guys check out these people, support them, innit? They're doing big things as well.
Big up the Wise Monkey and their
yeah,
team.
big up
Yeah,
Blackman and Traval.
Yeah, thanks for coming, my brother.
Yeah,
Done well, bro.
doing good ones, though.
Thank you.